Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving into the fascinating, surprising, and honestly kind of disgusting history of an everyday chore, human laundry. Nowadays, we just toss our dirty clothes into a machine and don't even think twice about it, right? But for thousands of years, figuring out how to get our clothes clean was literally one of humanity's dirtiest, most inventive mysteries. So let's jump right in. Section 1. Before laundry even existed. The Paleolithic wardrobe. To start things off, I want you to imagine asking a caveman about their laundry routine. Like, hey, how often do you do your weekly wash? It sounds totally ridiculous to us, right? But asking that actually reveals a massive shift in human history. Because here's the twist. For most of human history, they didn't wash their clothes. At all. The very first people who wore garments likely never washed them. And that's mostly because they weren't exactly wearing the soft cotton t-shirts or denim jeans we know today. Nope. They were rocking stiff animal hides and incredibly heavy furs.
So, since these early garments were made of super durable leather and fur rather than woven textiles, there was no weekly wash day. Early human garment care was, well, pretty rugged. If they got dirty, they just scraped off the mud, brushed away any debris, and dried the hides right by the fire. They simply wore these garments day after day, month after month, until the clothes literally fell apart and just became totally unusable.
Now, you might be wondering, how do we actually know when this all changed? Well, interestingly enough, scientists didn't solve this mystery by digging up ancient shirts. They studied parasites. Yeah, humans have two closely related kinds of lice: head lice, which live in human hair, and body lice, which have specifically adapted to live in our clothing. Because body lice evolved from head lice, only after humans started wearing garments regularly, researchers were able to compare their DNA. And by tracking this genetic split, scientists estimate clothing actually became common roughly 170,000 years ago. I mean, wow, one of history's biggest mysteries, solved entirely by parasite DNA. Who would have thought? Section 2, Nature's First Cleaning Hacks. Early chemistry and accidental discoveries. Okay, so once we finally had reusable textiles, washing them pretty much became embedded in human civilization. Around 2800 BC, the Babylonians recorded the oldest known soap recipe. Though, strangely enough, it was originally meant for rituals and medicine, not doing the laundry. Then, over in ancient China, washing clothes eventually sparked these beautiful legends of kindness. But even long before this, dating all the way back to the Stone Age, humans were relying on a very special plant. Long before anyone actually understood chemistry, people discovered natural cleaning agents like soapwort. They'd take this ordinary-looking wild plant, crush the leaves or roots in water, and it would release these natural cleaning chemicals called saponins. So without even realizing it, they were performing complex chemistry to create a really gentle, soapy foam. And honestly, it was such a brilliant hack that it never really went out of style. This Stone Age cleaner is so effective and so gentle that museum conservators literally still use it today to clean super delicate historical textiles. It's even reportedly been used to clean the famous Shroud of Turin, just to make sure those ancient fibers aren't damaged. Sometimes ancient tech is simply too good to improve upon, right? Section 3. The Roman urine business, an industry built on disgusting chemistry. So, in ancient Rome, you almost certainly didn't deer on laundry. Instead, you took it to these highly respected professionals called felonials, or fullers. They operated these massive, incredibly busy workshops filled with giant stone tubs. The workers would soak the garments in alkaline mixtures, climb right into the tubs, and physically trample the clothes with their bare feet. It looked way less like a modern laundromat and kind of more like they were stomping grapes to make wine. But here is the shocking secret to their incredible success. The liquid inside those vats, it was human urine. Yeah, as utterly disgusting as that sounds to us today, the Romans were incredibly practical. They actually placed public collection jars all throughout their cities, and citizens literally donated their fresh urine to the laundry business. Why on earth would they do that? Well, because as it sits, urine produces ammonia, and ammonia is a highly effective cleaning agent that brilliantly removes heavy grease, oils, and deep stains from wool fabrics. The demand for this natural ammonia became so astonishingly high that the Roman Emperor Vespasian actually placed a tax on collected urine. True story. According to legend, when his own son criticized this bizarre revenue stream, Vespasian held up a coin earned from the urine tax, asked if it smelled, and famously declared, "Money doesn't stink." Just think about that. An entire empire's taxation system partly funded by dirty laundry. Section 4. The first washing machines, agitation without electricity. I think most of us assume washing machines are a totally modern invention. But the basic principle of the machines we use today actually took shape thousands of years ago. Ancient Babylonians built these really large soaking vats equipped with manual paddle wheels. Instead of scrubbing every single garment by hand, a person would just turn the wheel, which stirred the water and agitated the fabric. Today, sure, the power source has changed from a manual wheel to an electric motor, and the container is now a metal drum, but the core method, agitating fabric and water, is exactly the same. But what if you weren't on land? If you were miles away from Babylonian paddle wheels or Roman stone tubs, how on earth did you clean your clothes on a constantly moving ship in the middle of the ocean? Life at sea made pretty much everything difficult, so sailors came up with this highly ingenious, improvised method. They created an ocean washing machine in 3 simple steps. First, they covered their dirty garments in soap. Second, they tied those garments securely to long, heavy ropes. And third, they simply threw them overboard and dragged them behind the moving ship. By doing this, the ocean itself became a massive, natural washing machine. The moving ship provided the constant motion and agitation, and the vast sea provided, well, a literally limitless supply of water. Nature handled all the heavy lifting in one giant continuous spin cycle. I mean, simple, effective, and completely brilliant. So as we wrap up this explainer, it turns out the history of laundry is so much more than just soap and water. It's an incredible testament to human ingenuity. From scientists unlocking our clothing origins through lice DNA to Romans building massive civic industries out of public urine, humans have always found a way to innovate. Every clean shirt we wear today is directly connected to thousands of years of this bizarre but amazing problem solving. Our ancestors really had to invent the entire concept of laundry from scratch. So the next time you effortlessly toss a pod into your high-tech washing machine, take a quick moment to think of those early humans, the Roman fullers, and those clever sailors. And I'd love to know, out of all these historical hacks, which ancient laundry methods surprised you the most?